on the Farm. I'm your host, Larry Marble. Thanks so much for joining us today on one of our 14 affiliate stations. We're brought to you proudly each and every day by D&D Farm and Ranch. That's ddtexasoutfitters.com. Neighbor, let's take a look at futures movement considering corn, beans, and wheat courtesy of John Tuggle & Company Corpus. Old crop July corn and beans hung in there yesterday while the new crop months continue to shed under pressure. New crop December corn added 4 lower, while the new crop November soybeans lost 12 by the bushel. USDA's weekly export sales did little to help the grain futures as new export sales for the period May 12 through 18, a dismal 5.0 million bushels, while the export bean sales were even less at 4.2 million bushels. New export milo sales only 224,000 bushels. For the balance of the crop year and next year, 23-24, the U.S. only has 15.369 million bushels of milo on the books, which equates to about 7 communist Chinese-sized cargoes, all to China and an unknown destination, which is more than likely the communist Chinese. Temperatures this next week across the Corn Belt are expected to be much above normal, with little rain in the forecast. Monday being a trade holiday, Monday night's Board of Trade openings, particularly for corn and beans, will likely be driven by the latest Corn Belt weather forecast. For help marketing your grains, trust John Tuggle & Company Corpus, 361-852-5207. We are on the line with Jody Fry from Producers in Cargyle, San Angelo. Jody, how did the sale go?
I thought it went pretty good. 825 head today after a good bit of rain. Covered a good many folks here in the last week or 10 days. Compared with last week's sale, still a very good market, $2 to $4 higher at least on these better quality kids. And yearling's a very active market like it has been, I guess, across the entire country. Slaughter cows and bulls steady to $2 lower. Limited numbers of those heavyweight and high-yielding slaughter cows today compared to last Thursday. Several groups of solid mouth pairs, black and black molly face pairs sold steady to higher. A limited offering of bred cows today, they sold steady to slightly higher. Better quality steers, 400 to 600 pounds from 180 all the way up to a high of near 280, mostly $2 to 235. 600 to 800 pound steers from 160 to a high of near 230, mostly 180 to 210. Heifer calves, 400 to 600 pounds, 165 up to a high of near 235, mostly 190 to 220. Slaughter cows average to high yielding from 75 to 95. Some of the highest yielding slaughter cows, 97 all the way up to a high of 107. Thinner or lower yielding type cows, that would include some longhorn cows, from 55 to 73. Slaughter bulls average to high yielding from 90 to $1.10. A few of those very highest yielding bulls from 112 to a high of 128. Bred cows and 2-year-olds, just a few singles today, medium to heavy bred from $9.50 to a high of $14.50. Cow calf pairs average to better quality, mostly solid mouth cows. Several groups of those today, pretty nice cows, anywhere from $13.50 to a high of $1,900 per pair.
What do you feel about sheep and goats next Tuesday and cattle on Thursday?
I'm going to go on record one more time, and saying we're going to have less sheep and goats than last week. This rain's covered a good bit of ground this time. Of course, Memorial Day weekend, you'd think that would slow traffic a little bit. I've already had a couple of calls and texts about, are we having a sale on Tuesday? Yes, we are having a sale. There'll be someone there 24/7 receiving livestock, but I bet even at this rate, we'll still be in that 4,000 to 5,000 head range. But I look for cattle numbers to be a little lighter next Thursday at the regular sale.
Tell everybody how to get a hold of you, Jody Fry.
You bet. 325-653-3371. That's the office number. My mobile phone's 234-7895.
We appreciate it, Jody. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Larry.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, let's take a look at meat moves from Thursday. As we begin, we'll check the national pork carcass cutout value, 81.19 up 32. Estimated hog slaughter, 1.903 million head for the week through Thursday. That's 33,000 above last week's pace. As we look toward the boxed beef values, choice, 164 stronger. The select, 75, also higher. USDA says estimated federal slaughter, 498,000 head through Thursday. That's 6,000 behind last week's pace. The weekly export sales report, 18,256 metric tons of beef booked for export during the week ending 5/18. That was a 3-week high, but 9% below last year's figures. Thursday's fat cattle futures ended 37 to 65 higher. Looks like the Western Corn Belt had some 182 per hundredweight cattle. Looks like the balance was anywhere from 171 up to 180, 182. Now, there was some 285 Northern dress deals hot and hanging on the rail. Neighbor, there's your meat moves for Thursday. We're on the line with Kenny Mingus from Milam County Livestock Auction, Cameron. Kenny, how's the Friday sale shaping up?
Well, it's shaping up pretty good, Larry. We got a total of about 1,300 right now. Probably going to have 1,500 to 1,700 with about 350 cows.
Walk the pins that you've seen for us.
Well, we've got some good stocker cows in. We've got several little old sets. We got a set of Brayford heifers with their first baby on them, about 20 of those that are pretty dadgum nice. We've got a set of Brangus heifer pairs that are 17 of them. They've got their first baby on them. Got a man sent about 70 or 80 cows in here. We top rated about 60 of them. They're kind of middle bred, short to middle bred is what they are. Pretty good set of ranching cows there. Another guy brought in 20. There's 20 pairs on that deal. Good little farmer type cows, blacks and yellows. Another guy just brought in about 25 pairs, Angus and Brangus type cows. All got good little babies on them too. So we're gonna have a pretty good cow run with some good babies on them. And on the yearlings, we got some strings of cattle, starting to see some calves come in. Got one man's got 50-something calves, all steers, kind of weigh 4 to 6. Got another man's going to have about 80 of them that are going to weigh 6 up. Another man's got 50. So starting to see these strings of cattle. Got a little condition on some of them too still. So
good.
But got a good run, lots of good quality cattle tomorrow.
That'll work at Milam County Livestock there on the Little River in Cameron, Texas. Kenny Mingus, tell everybody how to contact you.
You bet. Just catch us at the office Monday through Wednesday at 254-697-6697. Follow us on our webpage at MilamCountyLivestockAuction.com or catch us on Facebook.
Kenny, we'll probably catch you on Tuesday of this week. Let y'all have a good Memorial Day.
That'll be fine, Larry. Appreciate what you do.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Neighbor, I want to remind you about the upcoming June the 10th auction, Saturday, 9 a.m. That's June the 10th, 2023, Highway 90 west of D'Hanis, Lutz Auction Service. Lutz Auction Service, 830-931-4312. It is a two-farm inventory reduction sale. Plenty of tractors, plenty of grain storage carts, lots of farm equipment. There will be vehicles and miscellaneous equipment, so you need to get there. Saturday, June the 10th, 2023, 9 a.m., two huge farm inventory reduction sales. D'Hanis, Texas, off of Highway 90, 830-931-4312. See pictures on their Facebook page. That's Lutz Auction D'Hanis, or at lutzauctionservice.com, L-U-T-Z, auctionservice.com. We are on the line with Joshua Garcia from Karnes City Auction, LLC. Joshua, how did the Saturday sale go?
Oh, it was very good, Mr. Larry. Ended up with 463 head of cattle and 148 sheep and goats. I'll tell you what, that special we had, that all-breed bull and female sale, did amazing. It did really, really, really good. I want to thank each and every one of y'all who came out, buyers and sellers.
Good. Walk the pins with us, please.
On the Packer cows and bulls, number one cows, 93 to $1.02. Number two cows, 68 to 92. Bulls, 85 to $1.25. On the stocker cows, so on the bred cows, anywhere from 1050 to majority of the bred cows bring from 2,000 to 2,700 was the top ones. The bred heifers, anywhere from about that 1,350 up to about 2,000, 2,100. On the pair end of things, had only like one or two sets bring 1,500. They were just some single kind of pairs. But the rest of the pairs all bring over 2,000, anywhere from 2,000 to they topped out at 3,100 a pair.
Good.
On the feeder steer and heifer things, 2 to 3 weight steers, 218 to 240, 3 to 4s, 209 to 251, 4 to 5s, 224 to 260, 5 to 6s, 213 to 258, 6 to 700 pound steers, $2 to 224, 700 plus pound steers, 177 to 198. Had one steer weigh 770, bring $1.98, dollared out $1,526. I thought that was pretty good. On the heifer end of things, 2 to 3 weights, $2 to 230, 3 to 4s, 213 to 228, 4 to 5s, 192 to 228, 5 to 6s, 191 to 224, 6 to 7s, 170 to 196, 700 plus pound heifers, 158 to 169.
Now, what do we got coming for this week?
Well, at the present time, it's a Thursday evening, and we got about 35, 40 head already out of the barn. So I know this will be the first time in a long time that the sale barns had a sale Memorial weekend. But we just want to remind everyone we are open. All the buyers will be in attendance. And I know some strings coming tomorrow. So I imagine we'll end up with that 300 to 400, maybe a little more, depending on how the weekend goes.
Joshua Garcia, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Oh, you can reach me on my mobile at 361-649-4578 or the sale barn phone at 830-780-3382.
I appreciate the call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Neighbor, I want want to remind you about my friends Stephen and Terry Lehman at Lehman Pipe and Cattle. They've got used sucker rod in 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch, and they've got used oil fill pipe, the #1 structural, straight, no holes, splits, or heavy scale, 2 3/8, 2 7/8, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5, 6 5/8, 7 5/8, 10 3/4, and 16 and 24-inch diameters. Also, from time to time, they see some #2 pipe available at a reduced price. Truckload discounts and delivery also available. They also have cattle guards. They make them from 10-foot wide to 30-foot wide, depending on the customer's needs and wants, with or without wings or cross gates. Also, the heavy-duty concrete beams to set them on. Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. Email them at lehmanpipe@gmail.com or call Stephen at 979-966-3447 or Terry at 979-820-8155. That's Stephen and Terry Lehman, Lehman Pipe and Cattle. We're on the line with Rodney Butler, Beeville Livestock. Rodney, how's the sale looking?
Oh, we got some good cattle to sell tomorrow. We're going to probably have around at 3.5. It's dried up some, so we got some calves that have been going to come to town that finally came to town. So we've got a good pin of Charolais cross steers and heifers up there, another good pin of black calves up there, and then got another good set of crossbred calves, and they're all cut with a knife. They're steered and heifers mixed. But we're going to have a good sale. Got some good Packer cows for tomorrow, and I got some good Packer bulls. They're going to be on the light end, but they're fat Beefmaster type bulls, but they're good bulls as far as price-wise.
Good. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
Yeah, you can reach me here at the sale barn at 361-358-1727, or you can call me on my mobile, 645-5002.
Rodney, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, and take care.
Bye-bye. McCoys.com, McCoy's Building Supply, still family owned, strong, growing, and relevant for our ag community. Farm and ranch panels and gates, field fencing, welded wire panels, barbed wire and electric fencing. Shop online and find products and the store near you at McCoys.com. We're on the line with Ken Jordan, Jordan Cattle Auction, San Saba. Ken, how did the sale go?
You bet, Larry. We had a good run day, ended up right at 800 head. We had numbers reduced a little bit, mainly due to those good rains we had around this entire area here. I mean, the pastures are really performing now, and we had probably anywhere from 1.5 inches, maybe 2.5, depending on where you're located. But really, the spring and this month of May has been really, really good for us as a whole. I thought overall the market continued to be very, very strong this week. I thought overall extremely good demand. I thought the stocker steers as a whole were probably $5 to $6 higher today. At 13 steers, weighed 603 at $238 a pound, a little over $1,435 on those. I thought we got the stocker heifers. They were probably fully steady. We saw them increase quite a bit last week, anywhere from $6 to $8 a hundred. The feeder steers, they were probably $2 to $4 higher today. Had 5 steers. These steers right off their mamas, weighed for 749 pounds. Bought 204 today, right at $1,528 on those steers. Feeder heifers were really active. They were probably 8 to 10 higher. Packer cows and bulls were steady after last week's good increase we had. And really, we didn't have enough tests on the pairs or bred cows, Larry, to really quote anything. There just wasn't enough of them available today. Little limited supply of overall on the cow side just because of good rains, Larry.
Now, no sale in Mason Monday.
That is correct. No sale Mason Monday. Then we'll have a good run next Thursday. And also next Saturday, we got about 3,300 head coming to our female sale. A lot of good pairs, bred cows, bred heifers, and open heifers, Larry. We got all those listings already up on the website at jordancattle.com. Go through here, take a look at them. A lot of our pictures are up, videos up and everything. With all these good rains, it's a great opportunity to maybe add a few cows back to your herd if you got some grass growing or whatever. And like I say, those will all start at 10 o'clock on Saturday on June the 3rd. That'll be next Saturday, Larry.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you before then.
You bet, Larry. Thank you, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Neighbor, let's take a long look at the grains, courtesy of John Tuggle, Tuggle & Company, Corpus. We'll call Milo, delivered to Corpus Christi in May, D's plus 90, 1082. Yellow corn to Corpus, delivered in May, July plus $1, 6.90 3/4. We'll call Progresso the same. Hard red winter wheat to Houston, July plus 85, 903. We'll call Progresso July plus 65, 883. #1 beans to Houston, August delivery, November less 70, 1102 1/4. Neighbor, we did move a whole lot of cotton in Texas. East Texas, Oklahoma, 490 bales. Low side 74.12, high side 75.87. That made the average price $74.99. Neighbor, you've been listening to us for 27 years almost. You know we ain't average. We're the Best Darn Farm Show. And you've been listening to us, and that proves that you're the Best Darn Farm Show listener. We are Down on the Farm. You are our neighbor. Thanks for listening to our 14 affiliate stations or at downonthefarmradio.com.